Getting wrecked by Revamped Grock? You're not alone. He's been bulldozing teams left and right, but today we're flipping the script with heroes that can slow or even completely shut him down so hard he'll regret picking up a wall. These aren't random guesses, they're backed by official stats, patch notes, and Immortal-tier wisdom. And if you want me to expose counters for another busted hero next, comment their name and we might just put them in the meat grinder. Lunox is not only capable of dashing away from Grock's walls, but with her power of order, aka light mode, she can go full Houdini and become untargetable, making Grock whiff his precious CC like a rookie. And when the Big Rock's tantrum is over, she flips the switch to Power of Chaos, aka Darkness mode, and melts anyone dumb enough to stand in range. In the right hands, Lunox doesn't just counter Grock, she makes him regret existing in the Land of Dawn. Kagura is another slippery mage who treats Grock like a pebble. She can dash around with ease, allowing her to gain advantage by repositioning. But she's not just running away. She can literally cleanse off Grock's crowd control like it's dust on her kimono. The best part, she leaves her umbrella behind after dashing, turning it into a booby trap that can slap anyone in range. Benedetta is one of the thickest, fastest assassins in the game. She can dash around Grock like he's a lost toddler, but that's just warm-up. Her second skill doesn't just make her immune to most crowd control effects, it lets her parry Grock's attacks and stun him right back. And it gets even better. Her ultimate turns her into an untargetable blur of blades that shreds anyone in range. Against Grock, Benedetta isn't just a threat. She's the reason he starts considering a career in wall painting instead. Joy isn't just fast, she's a hyperactive blur with a soundtrack. She can chain dashes over and over and over and over as long as she tags an enemy or her trusty Leon and Crystal from her first skill, making Grock's attempts to pin her down about as effective as trying to catch smoke. Her passive? Oh, that just gives her a temporary speed boost every time she slaps a non-minion enemy, because apparently she wasn't fast enough already. And her ultimate, that's the turbo button. More defense, more movement speed, more spell vamp, and a built-in debuff cleanser. By the time Grock figures out where she went, she's probably dancing on his respawn timer. Hayabusa isn't exactly a pick-up-and-play kind of hero. He's more like spend a few dozen games feeding before you get good. But once mastered, he can literally run circles around Grock. His second skill lets him dash all over the battlefield, dodging Grock's skills and setting up the perfect counter. Then comes his ultimate, a flurry of blades that hits like your mom while making him untargetable. If you want me to upload more videos like this, hit like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Lancelot's entire kit feels like it was designed in a lab specifically to ruin Grock's day. His first skill lets him dash endlessly as long as he keeps hitting enemies with it, turning him into a slippery fencer that Grock just can't grab. And just when Grock thinks he's safe, Lance whips out his ultimate. Another dash that cuts right through him and straight into his squishier teammates. At this point, I think it's pretty obvious why these heroes, along with 1-1, made the list. Thanks to her passive, she pounces after every basic attack, and the faster her attack speed is, the faster she turns into a hyperactive furry. Early game, Grock might still be able to swat her away, but once she gets her items, his attempts to pin her down are about as effective as trying to nail Jello to a wall. And even if Grock does land his CC, 1-1 second skill lets her shake it off, bounce around some more, and unlock her ultimate. When that happens, she takes to the skies, goes untargetable, and erases everyone in sight. Carrie is a tank hunter designed specifically to destroy boulders. Sure, her second skill lets her hop around like she's chasing alimony, allowing her to gain positioning advantage, but it's her passive skill that really makes Grock sweat. Every basic attack and skill slaps up to 5 marks on her target, and bam! She dishes out true damage at max stacks that scales not only with her extra physical attack, but also with a percentage of the target's max HP. In other words, the chunkier they are, the harder she dices them. For Grock, that means Carrie turns him into gravel. Kimmy might not be as dashy or blinky as the other heroes on this list, but she doesn't need to be. She's a walking, or I guess a hovering, period sprayer that can kite most heroes, including Grock, with ease. She can shoot while moving, making her annoyingly hard to pin down, and her first skill lets her leap over walls whenever she needs a quick escape. In the hands of a skilled player, Kimmy isn't just slippery, she's the soap you don't want to drop in a prison shower. This list wouldn't be complete without Diggy, the ultimate anti-CC support who can wipe away all of Grock's disables for the whole team like they never happened. But here's the catch, Diggy works best when you already have a proper tank holding the front line. If your team's made up of glass cannons and soft assassins, picking Diggy might just turn your lineup into a who dies first contest, because he's just as fragile as the squishies he's trying to protect. Maybe even squishier. Hanzo might be a hit or miss hero, but when he hits, Grock's day turns into a horror story. In his ultimate form, his demon spirit slips through walls and obstacles like they're non-existent, making Grock's attempts at body blocking or setting up fights completely pointless. His enhanced first skill? Not only does it make him temporarily untargetable, but it also hits harder the chunkier the enemy is. In layman's terms, the tankier Grock builds, the faster Hanzo turns him into an expensive pile of pebbles, especially since it ignores 30% of the target's physical defense. While these heroes are definitely excellent picks against Grock, at the end of the day, it still boils down on how good you are or how bad the Grock player is. So pick wisely. Don't just choose them because they're here. You actually have to be good at playing them first. Any other powerful heroes you can think of that can give Grock a hard time? Comment down below. Thanks a bunch for watching, and we'll see each other in the next one. Peace.